Let me tell you a story about, I don't know if this is the first time, but this is definitely the story that I tell them most about MUMU Grill, and it's a friend of mine who is part of Nutrition Australia. Her name's Vicky Poulter. She said to me when I was thinking about doing a steakhouse, she said, well, what you should do is try and do grass-fed beef. And I, of course, like everybody, thought, well, isn't all beef grass-fed? Mm-hmm. Of course, it's not. Since in the 1930s, the Industrial Revolution made corn really easy to produce, mm-hmm. And so the Americans decided, what do we do all this corn? And of course they thought, what a great idea, we'll fatten up animals with it. So that's most beef is actually finished on corn to make it more consistent, which is all very well and good, but a cow is what they call a ruminant, which means it's got two stomachs, and therefore, and also needs to chew its cud twice. So the corn actually doesn't get properly digested, and therefore it's partially toxic for cows, and so all the toxins get stored in the fat. So you end up with a more consistent cow, absolutely, but you end up with the wrong fat. And that means that the beef is actually not nearly as good for you as it could be. Grass-fed beef is actually better for you than wild salmon. It has more omega-3 fatty acids than wild salmon. It's got much better fat for your body than is that I had this friend saying, you know, eat grass-fed beef. Yeah. I went and bought a whole carcass from some people in the Southern Highlands. It was all butchered, barbecued it all up, had a whole lot of friends around, you know, my market research technique. Barbecued it all up. Everybody was saying, wow, this beef tastes so different, what have you done to it? And all I did was put salt and pepper on it. So I thought, well, there's got to be something to this, mm-hmm. You know. And as I've gone along, I've found out that not only is it better tasting, but it's actually better for you. And once you start thinking about that, there's things that are going on forever. I mean, organic chickens, organic eggs. The pork that we use is raised in sustainable manner. We use only saltbush lamb. Saltbush lamb is raised on natural perennials, so therefore, and it's native plants. So the sheep actually have a different flavour, but they have much greater mineral content. They have a much lower fat content. Taste is the taste is better. The taste is cleaner. I guess it's cleaner lamb taste. But it enables you to graze sheep in areas where you couldn't previously, in the end it ends up turning your farm into this fantastic ecological area, and makes it essentially drought-proof. So you sit there and you go, well, okay, once we've started to have a look at our get back to the natural, we end up with not only better quality, but we ended up with healthier and you know, totally better for the environment. Yeah. I mean, pasture rotating cattle is actually one of the best ways of carbon sequestration you can have. So you can actually, if you move cattle around naturally around a grass area, yeah. The grass grows more, therefore the roots grow more, and and it actually sucks in more carbon than you could possibly do by any other technique.
Is that right?
Yeah, there was a guy called Bruce Ward who put it to there was a competition in Manchester for ways to reduce our carbon footprint. Yeah. And it came second in the world.
Bruce Ward.
And it was all about, and he's got a website called the Farm Gym. Okay. And so it's all about, so he was all about, you know, let's have grass-fed beef. And if we all had grass-fed beef and we rotated our animals properly and more organic, it would be, you know, better for the environment, better for the people.
Absolutely. Which is hugely important and very popular at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, how can it not be popular?
Well, exactly. It's our future is at stake.
Here on Northern Beaches Radio, you heard it first here.
Yeah, 90.3, 88.7. I'm going to put
tackling the global issues here on Bike Talk.
We are, and you can get more on our YouTube station, our YouTube channel, Bike Talk 1. Follow us on Twitter at Bike Talk, and those details you'll get when we sign off.